Hello beautiful book readers, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be celebrating 1 year on BookTube. Over on Twitter I asked people to ask me questions and yeah, I'm just going to be answering them. Thank you so much to everyone who has been subscribed to my channel for this year. If you subscribed yesterday, if you subscribed 6 months ago, thank you so much. This past year I honestly don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't doing BookTube. I just absolutely love this community and I'm so thankful for each and every single one of my subscribers and people who watch my videos. And yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who has questions as well. Congrats, thank you. If you could have a fantasy heist with only characters from books you've reviewed on your channel, who would be on the team? Well, obviously Kelsey from Mistborn would have to make the team, and then I would add, I feel like adding anyone from Wheel of Time would be like cheating because they're all just like super powerful and like a heist is more covert. So I would say Kelsey from Mistborn, Ead from the Priory of the Orange Tree, and then I'd add, who'd I add? And then maybe I'd add Quick Ben from Malazan. Congrats, Rid. Thank you, Chase. Who is your favorite current author and why? No cop-out, you gotta pick one. My favorite current author is Robin Hobb. Honestly, I know this question was supposed to be a hard question, but really there's no competition right now. Robin Hobb is just hands down the best character author I've ever read. I know it sounds dramatic, but I literally think that Realm of the Elderlings is a life-changing series for me, and yeah, Robin Hobb would definitely have to be my favorite author, hands down. What is the biggest discovery you've made about yourself since embarking on this BookTube journey? I think that I'm actually a lot more extroverted than I originally thought I was, but I think BookTube has really helped me become more confident, obviously. Yeah, just become more comfortable reaching out to people, putting myself out there in general, and I think it's a really useful skill to have developed, and it's definitely something I need to work on a lot more as well. I don't think I'm perfect, but I do think I've come a long way after a year of talking to a camera. So if I could write a sequel for any book, including book series, maybe you want to do a prequel, The World's Your Oyster Queen. I love Rachel so much. What book or book series would I pick? I'm gonna totally say Wheel of Time because there are so many books after book 14 that you could write and just so many stories to tell. As satisfying as A Memory of Light was to the series, like as an ending, I think there was still so many other possibilities and potential in the Wheel of Time world. And Johanna asked, what is the best advice you've ever received and who gave it to you? I thought really hard about this question, and the one thing that came to mind was this Tumblr text post, and if I can find it I'll put it in, but it was basically, the gist of it was to not treat your life like a transitional period. Once I sort of shifted my perspective and started thinking of my life like in terms of the present and like being really thankful and grateful and mindful of what I have currently, and you know, obviously still working towards my goals. I mean, just romanticizing the little things in my life, like making a cup of tea, like that can be so special and so amazing, and just like hanging out with your friends like at the mall. I don't have to be waiting for the next best thing to happen. I can just be happy about the things that are good in my life right now. So yeah, that text post is a really great piece of advice because you only have so many years on this earth and you really shouldn't spend most of your life waiting. So yeah, you can only listen to one Taylor Swift song for the rest of your life. What is it? I would find it really difficult to not listen to most of Taylor Swift's discography for the rest of my life. However, if I had to only listen to one song, it would be Tolerate It, because I just think that song is a masterclass in songwriting and poetry, lyricism. It is just so beautiful, and it tells such a haunting and like fulfilling story for a song that's only like 2-3 minutes long. It's actually incredible. So yeah, Tolerate It would be my pick. Congratulations, thank you. What books got you into reading? What's your favorite food / color, favorite bookish character, and hobbies outside of reading? Thank you. And the books that got me into reading, I've talked about this before. It really wasn't a specific book, but more of this thing that my school did, which is called Accelerated Reader. And it wasn't just my school, I'm sure it's like a national program, but basically we had to read books and take tests, and then we would get points for those books. And I was like super motivated by this system, and I just read a ton of books at a very young age. And I think like just by sheer volume, I fell in love with reading, and I've been reading ever since. I think my favorite food would probably have to just be fruit. I eat a lot of fruit. And in terms of hobbies outside of reading, I honestly don't have that many. Reading is a very time-consuming hobby, to be honest, and I do like to run. I also am a bit of a film buff. I was more of a film buff in high school, and I would watch like, you know, really old movies and like French directors, French New Wave, like the 400 Blows and like Criterion Collection. I was super into that, and that's something I actually want to get back into. But yeah, reading is definitely my main hobby, and it consumes the bulk of my time. What book have you not covered on your channel that you would like to? Biggest surprise since joining BookTube? A book I have not covered on my channel. Honestly, I haven't talked about Robin Hobb on my channel as much as I would have liked. In fact, I don't think I've ever made a specific Robin Hobb video, and that's definitely gonna change once I finish this last trilogy, the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. I did make a Rainwild Chronicles video last year. I think it was like the second video I ever posted, and I ended up hating it, so I deleted it. And that was before I knew you could like archive posts, and I wish I had just like archived it instead of deleting it, because now I can't find it on my laptop, so it's just gone into the digital ether. But yeah, definitely Robin Hobb is someone I want to talk about on the channel much more. And a surprise since joining BookTube, I thought I would get like really caught up in like the numbers side of things, but honestly I've been able to like really shut that part of my brain off, and I really don't pay attention to like my analytics or anything. I realized that the most fulfilling part to me for BookTube is just like answering comments and like talking to people. It's actually just been extremely fulfilling, and more fulfilling than I thought it could have been. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Congrats, thank you. Also, what is your favorite video that you have made? I would have to say my favorite video that I've made is still my very first video, which is a review of The Priory of the Orange Tree that I posted. And I just really love that video because I remember like for months, like I had wanted to make a BookTube channel, and I just like never had sat down and done it. And that day I just did it. I did the thing that I wanted to do, and not to sound dramatic, but like I honestly think posting that video changed my life for the better. So yeah, my first video is still my very favorite video that I've ever made, and yeah, I'm always gonna be proud of it. Okay, I'm gonna do this next one like rapid fire. My favorite standalone fantasy novel is The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. My favorite standalone sci-fi novel is Pushing Ice by Alastair Reynolds. My favorite fantasy series other than We Live Time, Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. And my favorite sci-fi series, I think it would have to be Murderbot by Martha Wells. Massive congratulations. Thank you, Pablo. My question is, why am I your favorite booktuber? Pablo, you are definitely one of my top 10 favorite booktubers, and you are a fantastic creator. So if you could collaborate with any YouTuber in or out of the bookish community, who would it be? I would love to collaborate with Yara Zaid or Broe Deschanel. Both of them make video essays about movies, and I just love their style, their editing style, and I just think they're fantastic. Honestly, I don't know how much I would personally bring to the table, but it would be really fun, and I think it would be a really interesting learning process for me to like sort of pick their brains and see how they go through the process of making a video. Congrats, thank you. I've loved watching your channel. Oh, thank you. What is a series you can't wait to get to or finish? Also, what are some of your favorite fantasy worlds in books? I think the most obvious series that I can't wait to finish is Malazan. I am currently gonna start the 4th book, House of Chains, and then another series that I cannot wait to finish, and it's like actually annoying me, is Stormlight. There is a channel on my Discord server called Full Cosmere Spoilers, and I cannot click on that channel. Like, since I've created it, like, I have never been able to click on it, and I just have it muted, and I just really want to know what people are talking about in there. It's just, the curiosity is killing me. And some of my favorite worlds in fantasy are definitely Discworld. I just love how crazy and weird and magical Discworld is, and funny, of course. Memorable book scenes that you still think of often and go wow, and admire them and wish you could go back and read them for the first time. Definitely the scene in Name of the Wind where Kvothe earns his talent pipes at the Aeolian. That scene is just one of the most well-written scenes I've ever read in my entire life, and the way that Patrick Rothfuss wrote that scene, I felt like I could hear the music coming off of the pages. It was so beautiful, and I know there's been so much discourse, probably too much discourse about Patrick Rothfuss at this point. He could release Doors of Stone 10 years from now, and I've already been waiting 10 years, over half my life at this point, and I would be first in line to read Doors of Stone. Like, the series is so good, you know? Like, I don't care. I don't care how long I have to wait, as long as I eventually get to read it. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, to be honest, but yeah, that's a scene that I uphold that one chapter as like an example of perfect writing, in my opinion. Congrats! Thank you! What has been the most rewarding part of your booktube journey so far? Definitely the people that I've met through booktube, whether that's other content creators or just people who comment on my videos. And of course, I'm a little biased, but I think that I have one of the best Discord communities, like, just in general, ever. I think I have the best Discord community ever. For me, the most rewarding aspect of booktube has been communicating with other people who love books, and we just have that shared understanding of loving fantasy, and that to me has been so special, and I've never had that before in my life, where I had so many people who I could talk to about the books that I was reading. So yeah, that's definitely been the most rewarding part of this past year, and I hope it will continue for many, many years to come. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate all of you, and I'm giving all of you a gentle kiss on the forehead, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.